What's up, guys? Welcome to the video. I wanted to come on here and talk about my recent experiences just driving for Uber and Lyft, and whether or not I think it's worth it or not. So I don't even know if I'm gonna make, or I should say release I've recorded other videos on this topic, and I don't know if they're gonna come out before this one or not. So I just wanted to talk about this one off the cuff, or at least talk about my thoughts at this point in time. So I started doing this last week, and I did it for most of last week, like 4 days, I believe I did it out of the 5-day work week. And this week I didn't do it nearly as much. I've only done it twice. To this morning, I'll be doing it again tonight. And then did I do it yesterday? Yeah, I did it yesterday, briefly. And yeah, so I don't know if it's really worth it to be doing this for longer term, because I'm not in a financial squeeze where like I have to do this. I'm telling myself that I have to do this because I have debt, and that debt isn't high interest debt. It's not credit card debt. It's just student loans. And then I have some consumer debt, but it's interest free, and I'll be done with that like within the year. So it's not, like I said, it's interest free. Financially, I'm pretty ahead. I have a savings emergency fund. I have what else do I have? I have like investments that I could always sell if I absolutely need to, even if it's like at a loss. And yeah, I mean, I'm pretty well off in terms of like work, because like I make like maybe like 2.5 times rent that I pay right now. So like, it's not like I like have to do this, because if I were to drive for Uber and Lyft either after work, in the morning before work, or both, I could probably get like an extra $500 a week, which amounts to an extra $2K a month, which, you know, it's good, like that, it's good, but I'm thinking about the opportunity cost. And I've heard other YouTubers talk about this, where like if you need like quick money, it's gonna almost trap you in a kind of a loop where you're just constantly working, you know, with your current skill set, but you're not able to leverage your time to develop higher income skills. And for those of you that are new to the channel, I'm a software engineer. So it's just like, so that alone, it's just like, why are you driving for Uber if you are a software engineer? I'm making like just above 6 figures, and I make enough to like live off of, no problem. But I decided to commit to Uber specifically to pay off my debt, because, you know, with the extra money that I have left over, you know, after my expenses are paid, along with this Uber venture, I would be debt free in like a few months entirely. Like, you know, aside from like the consumer debt, but I'm really not stressed about that because I can afford it. But I would be debt free within a few months, and that would be, you know, using the money that would come from this and my regular job, which I am at right now. So I gotta cut this video short soon. But I honestly, like, I can't shake this feeling that I am wasting my time. I genuinely can't shake this feeling, because I'm trying to slowly grow this YouTube channel. I'm trying to build a photography and videography business. I need to make a portfolio for videography and like learn the skill. Photography I'm pretty confident in, so I need to get my like marketing in check. I recently invested into a cohort of sorts to like learn the business end of it, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And yeah, so it almost feels like my driving for Uber and Lyft is a glorified way of me procrastinating on the work that I actually need to do to start getting like high income clients and build my portfolio up more, you know, as evidence to my skills and stuff. So I gotta say, like, if you're in a situation similar to myself where you don't have high interest debt, or you straight up don't have any debt, I would recommend not doing what I'm doing right now. And it's interesting because another YouTuber that I've heard talk about this is Hamza, and his situation's very unique because he's not only is he a YouTuber, but he like is one of the bigger ones So I didn't necessarily take what he was saying at face value, because he wouldn't probably know about the situation that I'm in. So it's like, because it's like my life. But I gotta say, I kind of agree with him. Like, I don't think it's worth it selling out my time to some lower wage job, even though like Uber and Lyft is extremely flexible, and that's what attracted me to this in the first place. Like, even if I was like a server or bartender, I wouldn't have the flexibility that I have right now. Even though I would be making more, I wouldn't have the flexibility that I have right now, where I can just work literally like whenever the I want. So it's like, yeah, I don't think it's worth it. The other thing is like, if I wasn't even in debt right now, I straight up wouldn't be doing this. I would be putting all of my extra time into photography, because it's not like dependent on my income. You know what I mean? Or no, I didn't word that right. I wouldn't be doing this because I would be putting all my extra time into building my business, because I can afford to do it as long as I don't have any debt. So yeah. That's all I gotta say. I don't think it's worth it. Like, am I gonna do this for a little bit? I think so. Maybe like it's either I'm gonna do this up until my next trip in January, or I'm only gonna do this for like a couple more weeks and then call it. Because I just can't I don't think I can justify it, because if I do like a 90-day business sprint, where I'm like properly allocating my time into the right things, I can be making 2K with like one client. So it's just like, I don't think it's worth shelling out all this time for what, maybe to get ahead with my debt, sure, but like, it's low interest, so it's like, it's not the end of the world. So with that being said, I wanted to kind of give my 2 cents on this topic, because it's something that I can kind of speak to now. And maybe you are hemming and hawing with like a side hustle like myself. And Uber and Lyft is flexible in that sense. It's really awesome, and it's hard to beat, especially if you like already have a car like myself and you don't really give a shit about like driving people around. I actually kind of like it, but I don't think it's worth my time, to be blunt. So I'm gonna leave it there. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's worth it to have a side income like I'm doing right now, or do you think it's worth it to just double down on the skills that are gonna pay you more for less time? And that's where I'm kind of leaning right now, even though I have debt. It's not like 30% interest or something crazy. So I hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks for listening to me rant and hearing my 2 cents on this topic, and I will catch you in the next video.